Did you know that a single viral disease can wipe out an entire poultry flock in days? Today, we are diving into discussing Gumboro disease, a major threat to the poultry industry worldwide. Someone new to poultry farming might pose a question or might have a question in their mind. What is Gumboro disease? Why is it important to understand and prevent it? The purpose of this video is to educate poultry farmers about Gumboro disease, its prevention, and treatment options. Let's dive in and discuss what Gumboro disease is. Gumboro disease, also known as infectious bursal disease, IBD, is a highly contagious viral infection that affects young chickens caused by the infectious bursal disease virus IBDV. It targets the bursal of Fabricius, a key organ in the building of the immune system of the birds. And the symptoms are diarrhea, lethargy, loss of appetite, and ruffled feathers. High mortality rates in severe cases, immunosuppression making birds vulnerable to other diseases, and it leads into economic losses due to high mortality and reduced productivity. So now, how does Gumboro disease spread? It is spread through three transmission routes. Number one, direct contact with infected birds. Number two, contaminated feed, water, and equipment. Number three, spread through feces and respiratory secretion. Let's look at the risk factors. Number one, poor biosecurity measures. Number two, overcrowding in poultry houses. Number three, introduction of infected birds into a flock. I would advise that you isolate new birds before introducing them to the flock, especially for those layering local chickens. Don't just introduce a new flock of chicken or chickens to your flock without having a proper information on the history of the chickens or the chicken if it was vaccinated according to the program, according to the schedule, and according to the technique. You have to separate it before you introduce it to your new flock and find out how that chickens has been reared. So now let's discuss how we can prevent Gumboro disease. Number one, vaccination. It's important that we vaccinate our chickens against Gumboro disease. It's also important to have a proper vaccination schedule and techniques, because I've seen many poultry farmers who don't know how to measure the water they need to use to vaccinate their chickens. So here is how you measure water for your vaccine. So you have to do this math. Number of chickens multiplied by the age, which is the number of days the chickens are having, multiplied by 1.5 and divide by 1000. So for example, if you have 100 chickens, you will multiply 100 multiplied by maybe the number of days, maybe there are 12 days, you multiply it by 12, then you multiply by 1.5, then you divide by 1000, which will equal to 1.8 liters of water. I hope that will help those poultry farmers who don't know how to measure the water needed for the vaccine. Let's take a look at the second point, which is biosecurity measures. Regular disinfecting poultry houses, equipment, and footwear. Control access to poultry farms to prevent contamination. And if you are using sawdust, consider putting 6 inches deep and make sure your beddings are always dry. Number three, good management practices. Avoid overcrowding and ensure proper ventilation. And if you don't know how many chickens are supposed to be in the poultry house, it's 10 chickens per square meter. For example, if your poultry house is 15 by 10 meters, this is how you get to know how many beds can be accommodated. You do 15 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10, which is equal to 1500 beds, and this ratio differs depending on the weather. When it's hot, we do 9 or we do 8 per square meter. Number 4, provide clean water and balanced nutrition to boost immunity. I always encourage poultry farmers to use high quality feed because it builds up a strong immune system of the chickens. Number 5, monitor flocks regularly for early signs of diseases. Always check your chickens 3 to 4 times a day. At least wake them up and see how their behavior is, and always check the droppings as you are walking them up. Someone might be wondering, what do I do if the chickens happen to get affected? Let's take a look at the treatment options for Gumboro disease. According to the scientific research, there is no direct cure. But according to organic research, there are remedies that we can use to treat, prevent, and cure Gumboro disease. And I will mention these remedies. Just watch till the end of the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, like and share so that we can build a huge community of poultry farmers. So let's discuss the ways that we can prevent and cure and treat Gumboro disease. The disease is viral, so synthetic antibiotics are ineffective against the virus itself. So as a poultry farmer, you need to provide supportive care. Number 1, provide electrolytes and vitamins to affected beds to reduce stress and dehydration. Number 2, maintain optimal environment conditions, temperature and humidity. You have to know that your chickens get suppressed by diseases, by viruses, because of the temperature which is not according to the way they are supposed to operate. Because every chicken at its age, there's a certain temperature that it needs. Especially that you understand that these chickens get affected by Gumboro disease at the young age. That simply means that the moment you are brooding your chickens can get Gumboro disease. This is why we mostly vaccinate our chickens against Gumboro disease at 12 days, some at 10 days. Because we know that we need to boost up the immune system of the young chickens to this disease, to this virus. So this is why during brooding, make sure you maintain the temperature in the brooding section so that your chickens cannot be suppressed by this virus. Because the moment you're having a good environment and a good temperature in that room, that means your chickens are going to be free from that disease. And make sure also other things are in order. So number 3, to prevent secondary infections, use antibiotic to treat bacterial infections that may arise due to immunosuppression. Number 4, isolation of infected beds. Separate sick beds to prevent the spread of the virus. Let's now take a look at the organic remedies that we can use to treat and prevent and cure Gumboro disease. Some of the remedies, I've made videos on how to use them and how important they are to your poultry diet. They will pop up here at this corner. You can watch them at your time. Number 1, pawpaw leaves. Number 2, garlic. Number 3, aloe vera. Number 4, neem leaf. Number 5, ginger. Number 6, turmeric. Number 7, mango leaves. Number 8, cloves. Those are 8 organic remedies that you can use to treat, prevent, and cure Gumboro disease. And I will also leave the links in the description of the playlist of these remedies. So in conclusion, Gumboro disease is a serious viral infection that affects young chickens. Prevention through vaccination and biosecurity is crucial. Early detection and supportive care can help manage outbreak. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more poultry healthy tips. Comment below with your experience or questions about Gumboro disease. Thank you for watching, and remember, a healthy flock is a productive flock. See you on the next video. Bye bye.